Yo, my people. Another match reaction. One game left of the season. Second to last game done. And we secured second. I say secured second. Not so much of a big thing to be securing, but considering we was at risk of potentially being in an embarrassing split screen Sky Sports special next Sunday in the race for top five, I think this win was very welcomed. Let's avoid all of that. Let's just mix it up against Southampton. Give Ethan 90 minutes, please. Give Ethan 90 minutes. And just do something different against Southampton. See off the season with maybe a few of the youngsters that have sat on the bench throughout some of the biggest games that we've had in the Emirates era, especially in the Champions League. Maybe give them a bit of a run out. Now we've done the job. We ain't done the job. The job was to win the Premier League, but we've certified second and certified that we're not in no silly top five race split screen Sky Sports special next Sunday, which, in my opinion, we could very well do without, considering people had lined up to Tobes being one of those people lined up to start saying third in a 2-horse race and further nonsense to add salt to the wounds. And the wounds are still very open, people. Yes, we have won 1-0. Yes, Newcastle are a good team, but I can't lie to you. With Isak out, that was a blessing. And when you look at that first half and look at some of the chances Newcastle created and some of the openings they had, if Isak was there, he would have got at least a couple goals in that first half. But it wasn't to be. We have injuries of our own, as we keep being reminded week in, week out at this present time, even after this game. Some of the reasons and/or excuses have come out online, but that was to be expected, right? The match is the match. I'm going to talk about that shortly, and there was a couple comments that I want to touch in on post game. One in particular from Declan Rice, and one in particular from Mikel Arteta. I haven't watched it all in depth, but these two quotes stood out, and in my opinion, are quite telling and interesting for someone like me who looks beyond just the pitch. Someone who understands that if you don't do what you need to do off the pitch, you won't be doing what you need to be doing on the pitch. And I think this season, out of many in the Emirates era, is very relevant to that argument. But yeah, before we get into all that, you know what to do, people. Proton VPN, second to last game of the season. They are the third biggest VPN provider in the UK. Let's try bump them up to second as well. Why not? Arsenal second, Fenerbahce second, Proton VPN. Let's get them up to second, and then we know what it is next. First for Proton, first for Fenerbahce, and most importantly, first for Arsenal Football Club next season. But scan the QR code, link in the description. There's over 15,000 servers now. Last time I spoke to you was 8,000. They've nearly doubled up. 15,000 servers to choose from across the world, available in over 115 countries. If you need a VPN, which, to be honest, if you've been watching my channel throughout this season, you shouldn't need a VPN. You should already have Proton locked in. But if you do need a VPN, then go show Proton some love, people. I've actually got a delivery. They've sent me some merch. I was meant to be wearing it today. I'll be wearing it next week against Southampton. I like it. Hope you like it too. If you do, you're going to have a link there to click as well. Not just VPNs, we're getting merch in as well. But listen, the VPN is the main thing. Show them some love. They've been showing me some love. And that's how the YouTube world goes round. On the game, like I said, the first half, messy. Newcastle should have been up. Raya, listen, I mean, he made the mistake in passing out the back, but he made a great save to make up for it, and he made a couple more great saves in that first half. Obviously, the one that he caused, Gomara should be scoring, but Raya, instinctive, great save. And Dan Burns' header, instinctive, great save. The follow up as well, instinctive, great save. And I think, was it Livramento as well? Raya in that first half was one of probably two players to stand up, stand tall for me. Other one being Kivior. I think those two across the 90 minutes were probably the only candidates we had for man of the match. or the outstanding candidates we had for man of the match, because I think both played a part in keeping that clean sheet. Raya in that first half, again, like he has done all season, made key saves. I think Raya probably a top 3, top 4 at worst player for us this season. Which, on one hand, love to see it, love to hear it. On the other hand, I'm hearing a new keeper. I'm hearing Garcia. I'm hearing 30 million. Raya's performances this season, I'm not too sure we should be spending money on another goalkeeper. Backup, you can pretty much get in for free, and I think that's what we should be doing. But we'll see what Mikel has up his sleeve. In that first half, we had probably just the one opportunity, Thomas Partey header, where Pope made. Listen, if Raya's saves were instinctive, this Pope save was instinctive. Just made himself big and got a hand to it, and got it over the bar. Point blank range from Thomas Partey, great corner from Saka. It looked destined for the back of the net, but Pope, solid keeper in his own right, made the save and kept it at 0-0 at that point. And aside from that, in the first half, if players had taken their chances, we probably go into halftime 2-1 down at the very best. But it was 0-0. And from there, we built on that platform in the second half. We dominated more of the ball. We dominated more of, the duels and the second balls, and we penned Newcastle back. Didn't really create, which again is a long-standing problem for us. I mean, surprise, surprise. The final third, we're not doing what we need to be doing, but that's something that the club need to address. But Declan Rice out of nowhere, Odegaard, good work down the right-hand side, finds Declan Rice running edge of the box, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful contact, beautiful take, beautiful finish. Reminded me of the West Ham goal. West Ham goal was further out and it was top corner, but in terms of the way he executed both goals, wrapped his foot around it, went for the far post, curling outside, both beautiful finishes. And to be honest, the way we were moving in the final third against Newcastle, I think we needed something like that, and something like that it was that won the game, 1-0 to the Arsenal. We had an effort from White shortly after that, just outside the box. He had nothing better to do but to shoot, and he was just wide, yard at most. And I can't really remember any more chances for us, if you can even call that one a chance, if I'm honest. For them, Barnes had a chance, if I'm not mistaken, but the second half they were a lot more subdued than the first half. I think second half, whether it needed to click or not, we needed to. We're the home team here. We can't be as open as we was in that first half, and we can't be as messy in the middle as we was in that first half. And we wasn't in the second half. Fair play to them. Kivior showed a hell of a lot of fight. There was a last ditch challenge from him. I don't remember Raya having to make any outstanding saves in the second half, and the game petered out. There was a bit of handbags at the end. Burn grabbing Havertz, Kivior grabbing Burn. Then a few other players getting involved. There's a picture of Lewis Skelly just smiling amongst all the melee, which I can't lie. You see that picture, if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, then go search it. But when you see that picture, it's just like a cheeky little teenager amongst grown men, just having the time of his life. And when you think about Lewis Skelly's rise this season, he's one of the few positives we can take from this season. One being Lewis Skelly, two being Ethan Nwaneri, and three being some of our Champions League performances, mainly Real Madrid home and away. I think that's the three main positives we take from this season. Let me know if I'm missing any. Let me know if I need to add any. Havertz came on, beating every metric behind the scenes the club have had in the last 10 years. 5 duels, lost 4 of them. First touch out for a throw-in, and a free kick conceded 25 yards out. That came to nothing, but could have come to everything, could have come to something. So, great little cameo from him. Not going to talk about it too much. It's his return from injury, but at the same time, when his return from injury is being labelled as a metric busting phenomenon, then I'm gonna keep a close eye. And I'm sorry, maybe Southampton is the one we'll see some of those metrics in use across the 90 minutes. Maybe, maybe not. Won't hold my breath about that one. But yeah, on the flip side, Ethan was unused. Surprise, surprise. Just don't understand it. We should be seeing more of Ethan, considering Saka's come off as well. How has Ethan not, got at least 30 minutes out of that game, at least 20 minutes out of that game? Now, I know it was important in terms of Champions League qualification, but a draw pretty much secured it. And in that second half, we was pretty comfy, in my honest opinion. So it's a shame we didn't see Ethan, but hopefully next Sunday, 90 minutes for him, or at least 70. And yeah, he can get some valuable minutes under his belt, because that game next week, that's the best we can hope for. Some valuable minutes for Ethan, and maybe some metric busting from Havertz. Stay tuned. 7 days time. Next match reaction, last match reaction will be out. And yeah, last time we finished second 3 years in a row. I was alive for it. I lived through it. 98, 99 when United won the treble. 99, 2000 when United won the league again. And 2000, 2001, where again United completed the three-peat. And yeah, that 97, 98 league title did seem far gone. What we did, we brought in Edu, we brought in Van Bronckhorst, we brought in Kolo Toure, and we brought in Sol Campbell. And we went on to win the double. Why am I saying this? I'm not really a man that believes in fate. Why I'm saying it is because that's what we need next season. We could do with a double. Now, end of the game, home game, last one of the season. We all know what happens. Lap of honor from the players, the staff, the manager, a few words from the captain, some of the players, the manager. And I've picked out two here. Declan Rice, firstly, in an interview with Sky Sports, I believe. Word for word. Hopefully, we sign some players in the summer because we are going to lose some. I mean, it's facts. He didn't need to say that for us to know that. But on one hand, it's good to hear Declan Rice saying it because it applies some more pressure, and it kind of tells us that they know what it is as well, or at least he knows what it is as well. On the other hand, for the club to be in a state where one of your players has to come out and kind of push you on the subject, that says a lot. That says a lot. I know Josh Kroenke's come out with some bullshit recently, or some words. I call it bullshit. I haven't read it, but more often than not, what comes out of his mouth is bullshit. So I'm going to label it bullshit till I see otherwise. But I bet you there's no accountability in what he said. In what Rice said, bring in players. We're going to lose some. No surprise there, but nice to hear words from our captain. Or should be captain. Mikel Arteta, make sure the ones upstairs do what they have to do. Again, telling because it's very direct. It's saying it's in their hands, right? And it is in their hands. Again, no surprise in my opinion. It's in their hands. What they do, it then transfers to Mikel Arteta's hands come game week 1, come September the 1st next season, when the transfer window's done, right? The job, the work, Berta, and whoever else is around him that needs to be on the phone, needs to be on the emails, needs to be by a pager. I want all forms of communication covered, even SOS signals. This summer, I don't want to miss a beat. I want us to go ham, sort it out early. There's release clauses for certain positions that we are in dire need for. Sort them out early, get them into preseason. Singapore, Hong Kong, enjoy. Love for the love, return, hit the ground running, because next season we must hit the ground running. We must. It's essential. We're on the cusp of greatness. We're also on the cusp of collapse. Next season, you win something, the ball starts rolling. Next season, we don't win anything, the ball is off the edge of a cliff. We ain't getting that back. That's how important this summer transfer window is, because this summer is the platform for next season, and next season is the season. So Arsenal, do what you need to do. Rice has said it. Arteta has said it. We all know what we need. It's all there in our faces. A striker or two, a left winger, another number 10. Give Ethan more minutes. Zubamendi's already coming in. And hey, if we've got anything left over, then bring a keeper and a left back in. Why not? Why not? It's become somewhat of the norm. It's like when man used to get Lynx gift sets for Christmas every year. I mean, it's deflating, but if I didn't get it one year, I'd be like, where the fuck's my Lynx? So, left back, goalkeeper, if it's fifth, sixth on the list, then cool. Just get the striker in, the left winger in, the creative midfielder in, Subamendi, and then do whatever you need to do. Mikel, Andrea, Richard, Sir Chips, whoever's fucking involved this summer, do what you need to do. No excuses. 25-man squad. You've got Ethan and Lewis Skelly that fall out of that because they're teenagers, homegrown, beautiful, because we know they're going to get minutes, but we don't need to include them in the 25-man squad. We need to compete on multiple fronts. Like I said, a double would be nice. At this rate, one trophy would be nice, but I ain't looking at Carabao Cup or FA Cup next year as steak. The steak is still the steak. The lobster is still the lobster. Hopefully, come February, I'm not saying I'll take biscuits. That's the story of this season, people. Scan the QR code, get yourself a VPN, Proton VPN. Show them some love. There's a link in the description. If you need a VPN, grab it. If you don't need one, if it's not Proton, cancel your subscription. Then you're going to need one, and then you can scan the QR code. You can click the link. You can show the channel some love by showing the sponsor some love. And all in all, love for the love. I'll be back again next week for the match reaction after Southampton away. In between, I've got a few pieces planned. So make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Love for the love. I'm out, people. Peace.